individual differences, personality, learner beliefs, and motivation.
Hello everyone! In this video we will talk about the individual differences that affect the second language learning. Let's start with a question. Do you think it's possible to teach something to 10 students or even 50 students with a method that makes everyone learn? To answer this question, we must know there are many factors that influence the learning of a second language. Now in this video we will show you those factors. Related to second language learning, people's main characteristic is personality. The most studied is the extroverted personality. The extroverted second language learners don't have problems when they want or need to express something. They usually look for opportunities to talk to other people, improving their oral skills by interaction with others. On the other hand, someone who is introverted will avoid conversational opportunities, so he or she wouldn't use and improve his or her oral skills. It is supposed that these types of learners tend to develop their written skills more than their speaking skills. Personalities are only related to the performance of a second language, but not the learning of it. Another factor is anxiety. It is temporary and it appears in specific situations. Like when you interact with your friends, you don't feel that anxious, but if you have to speak in an oral presentation, you will probably feel more anxious. Opposite to anxiety, tension, affects in a positive way the learning process. Low tension allows the learner to monitor him or herself, whereas too much tension can be prejudicial to the learning process.
Another important factor is learner beliefs. This is what students believe based on their previous experiences. All learners know after years of constant learning what information they want to learn and how they expect teachers to teach them, depending on what they think is right or wrong. Usually, we think that students would be reluctant to receive feedback and correction, but in the contrary, this is what they expect the most, because they believe that knowing the rules is the most important step to master the language. Another factor is motivation, which is also important along this process. Motivation can be instrumental when your goal is influenced by a purpose or integrative when you do something focused on your personal growth. Motivation is divided into 3 stages. Choose motivation. You choose whether to do or not to do something. Executive motivation, you perform actions that can provide good or bad results related to what you choose. And motivational retrospective, you decide based on the previous results to continue or to stop this process. The motivational process is cyclic. You have to always start at the first stage, but if you quit halfway through it, it does not get you to the third stage. Instead, you start again at the first stage. Finally, the last factor we will mention is the motivation in the classroom. This means how students' self-esteem can influence their performance in learning a second language. The creation of a good environment in the classroom is needed to improve the motivation. It involves the students and teachers. But this situation can create some judgment from any student to another, bounding them to a certain identity on the class. This labeling process should generate an exchange of the roles to improve their communication skills and their metalinguistic knowledge to achieve the progress on both areas. In conclusion, individual differences can be divided into 4 features that are called personality, learner beliefs, motivation, and motivation in the classroom. There are lots of researchers about these individual differences, but most of them were dismissed because there are not empirical proofs to confirm this hypothesis. In order to answer the question at the beginning of this video, it's necessary to consider that people is different. Everybody has different personalities and experiences that make them being that different. Because of it, we cannot say that there is a method that works with everyone, but there are ways to engage students with their learning process and motivate them to learn.
Created using Powtoon.